Hey everybody, Terrence here, again doing yet another video blog, and by another video blog, I know it kind of means another random video blog, because I'm not very consistent with these at all, but the reason why I'm video blogging today about this is because it's a topic that I feel like is way longer than I can type on a normal blog, but also because it just means that much to me, and it's something that I do want to share with people with my facial expressions and with my voice, because it's something that you can't just get through text. You can't just get like my sarcasm and this stuff that I'm doing from text, so I figured that I should just kind of video blog about it and let you guys hear it rather than read it, because it means that much to me. But if you can't tell right now, I am wearing a baseball jersey. It is the yellow and blue Sunday alternate Mariners jersey that they just came out with this year. True to the blue and yellow with the cream. It's, the cream kind of grew on me, but at the same time I really wish it was pure white. But I actually bought a identical jersey for, if you can see it, it's right here actually. And it's the alternate jersey again, Mariners jersey, but also on the back, it's actually Nelson Cruz's jersey. He's been killing it this year. Home runs galore, hits galore. My friend posted up that he's like #1 in batting average and home runs and something else, or second in RBIs or something like that in the AL right now. And that's freaking crazy. My effort should get to the All-Star game. Had to censor myself there. But that jersey is actually a gift for my dad because today is actually his birthday. And knowing that, you can probably tell what I'm going to blog about. But me wearing a jersey, baseball jersey, and me buying a baseball jersey for my dad, you can probably tell that it's one of the few things that we have in common, and that it means a lot to me. Baseball means a lot to me. So I guess what I want to talk about is why I feel like that jersey is something more than just a jersey for my dad. And I'm not sure if he'll get it or he'll, feel as close or as fondly about that jersey as I do just buying it for him. But for me, buying that jersey for him is not just me buying another piece of clothing for him. A lot of people, they buy you team branded stuff because they know you like that team or something like that. It's just like, oh yeah, you like the Mariners? Alright, man, we're gonna buy you a Mariners hat or a Mariners jersey, and it's something expensive, so it's supposed to mean a lot. But for me, the message wasn't necessarily in the price tag of that jersey. It cost me $140. I'm not going to lie about that. Everybody knows that. So we'll just get out of the way, because it's not about how much it costs. It's about the meaning behind that. And that's something that I kind of want to share with you guys, because it actually does mean a lot to me. So the reason why I feel like this baseball jersey is such a freaking good present for my father for his birthday is because it's a baseball jersey, first and foremost. It's a Mariners jersey. It's not a Sonics jersey. It's not a Seahawks jersey. It's not a Sounders jersey. It's a Mariners jersey. So you can tell from that baseball is one of the few things, I said it before, baseball is one of the few things that actually bring me and my dad together. So if you know any sort of first generation Asian families, a lot of us don't really have a sort of intimate connection with our parents. I'm not gonna lie, I don't. Especially since I moved out of my parents' house and I'm living in this apartment with roommates. I really don't have a good connection with my mom or my dad, even though I'm trying to remedy that. But whenever I'm with my dad, I know that I can bring up baseball. Baseball is one of those things that has been with us forever. When there's a lull in the conversation or kind of some awkward silence, I know that I can bring up baseball, and it's something that actually gives us something to talk about. It's been like that for forever. So it's not like baseball is just something that we both happen to be into. It's just one of those things that brings us together. And that's also why I feel like another reason why I feel like, or kind of segues into why I feel like this is such a good gift, is because since it brought us together, it also created a couple of the fondest memories that I've ever had in my life. Because of my dad and baseball. It's baseball is like that common ground that allowed him to show him that he loved me without actually telling me that he loved me. You don't say I love you in Asian families. But a couple of my fondest memories were from baseball. So there was this one time where me, my cousin, and my dad, and probably my uncle went to go watch a game. It was my first game, or one of the first games that I sat down along the third baseline on the first level. So that was amazing in and of itself, you know. But while we were watching the game, my dad leaves to go get food or go to the bathroom or something. And he comes back with a couple Ichiro shirts for me and my cousin. It was like the Mariners logo and the number and the name on the back, but it was the closest thing to a jersey that I've ever had in my life. And I've always known when I was a kid, I was 9 or 11 at the time, that I've wanted a jersey, but I knew that my family also wasn't the richest, so we couldn't afford it. But I also knew that the shirt was like an official Safeco Field shirt. You know, I wasn't that dumb at the time. I knew that things at the field were super expensive. So the fact that my dad bought me this jersey meant a lot to me. Because also, you know, there weren't a lot of Asian role models or heroes, and there still aren't. So growing up, I have to admit that I did look up to Ichiro because he was Asian. You know, I'm not Japanese, but he was Asian. He was one of the best hitters in the league at the time, and one of the best hitters I've seen in person. And also, he was playing for my home team, so heck yeah, I looked up to the guy. And when my dad comes back with like an official Safeco Field shirt, it did mean a lot to me, and I never told him because, you know, we're not close, but that was one of the memories that I'll always remember as being one of my fondest memories about baseball and my dad. And my mom like accidentally shrunk it in the wash when I was a kid, and I was kind of upset because I was like, no, the shirt is ruined, and I didn't feel like crying, but you know, I was super upset about it because that shirt did mean a lot to me. But another memory that I owe it all to my dad is being at the game that Ichiro broke the single season hit, no world record, I guess you could call it a world record, but he beat the MLB single season hit record at the game that, wow, okay, I can't even talk, but he beat the record at the game that my dad bought these tickets to. Oh my god, that was really bad grammar, and I don't know what I'm trying to say. But what I'm trying to say is that memory would have never happened for my dad, because that night, I was actually hanging out with my friends, and he was leaving me calls and telling me to come home because he really wanted to go to the game. But me being a kid, I know that they cost a lot, and it was the night of the game, so I thought that all these tickets were just not going to happen. It wasn't even possible that he was going to get tickets. So I came home fairly late, maybe around 5:30, or, you know, and games start at 7, so 5:30 is late leaving. But I got home, and my dad was like, get dressed, and I was like, why? Because I got tickets to the game. And I'm sitting there like, oh my god, really? Did you actually get tickets to the game? So I kind of felt upset because he spent so much money on getting tickets to these games, you know, the night of, on a game where you didn't know if Ichiro was going to break the record, but there was a good chance that he was going to. So those tickets must have been a whole lot of money last minute. And they must have been a whole lot of money more, because I think it was like row 12 or 13, 15, 16 behind home plate. So these were ridiculously priced tickets, but he still wanted me to go. And I was just like, okay, let's just go, knowing our luck he probably won't beat the record. But lo and behold, we go to the game. First at bat, ties the record. Second at bat, most beautiful thing you'll ever see if you're a baseball fan in Seattle is a full Safeco Field. You know, that's one of the most beautiful things you'll ever see being a Mariners fan. But secondly, one of the most beautiful things I'll remember is how quiet that stadium was when Ichiro went up for a second at bat, when when everybody knew that he could beat the record. And in my opinion, that's the hit that I call the hit that was heard around Seattle, because lo and behold, everybody shut the up, and crack of the bat goes between second and first, if I remember correctly, and he beats the record. Game stops for a bit, give him a plaque. George Sisler's daughter comes out from the stands and crap, and oh my god, it was just amazing. Because if you remember my previous story, this is my hero. This is a role model for me. This is somebody that I looked up to. And he sits there and he breaks the record, and I was there at that game. And I was only there at that game able to watch this happen because my dad paid the money and wanted me so bad to see it. You know, if he really wanted to do that by himself, he could have done that. He could have just been a jerk face and got one ticket and been like, F my son. He could just watch this or hear about this tomorrow, and he could have went and, by himself. But he knew that I loved baseball. He knew that Ichiro was one of the best hitters Seattle had ever seen. He knew that the record was probably going to be broken that night, or it was a good chance that it was going to be broken. And he allowed me to watch history happen. It's crazy to think about that. That in 50 years' time, if the hit record is not broken, and in the history books, it'll say, Ichiro Suzuki, 262 hits or whatever like that, that I was at that game that he broke the record. And that's ridiculous for me to think about. And I have that ticket posted up at my parents' house in my room on the wall, and I'm not going to let that ticket go, because I'll take that to my grave, because that was one of my heroes, witnessing one of my heroes break a record. And, that's why I feel like this jersey is such a good gift, because while it's not, equal to everything he's done for me regarding baseball and being a father, it's me trying to owe him back for so much, Those two memories are some of the best feelings I've ever had in my life. Getting a gift from my father regarding one of my heroes, but also being able to watch one of my heroes break a record, a world record, this random Asian guy beating an American record, that's freaking crazy. And while this jersey cost me $140, the reason why I mentioned that is because I know my dad has spent probably upwards $1,000 on baseball just for me. Me and him just chilling at the field watching. Maybe not 1,000. Yeah, okay, including the food, I could say 1,000. But even though it's just a fraction of what he's spent on me, it's also a way for me to show that, I understand how much baseball brings us both together and how much it means to both him and me. This is my testament to him, letting him know that, yo, I get it, kind of thing. I get that baseball is a big thing for both me and you were using that to show your love for me. So this is hopefully he gets it, hopefully my way of showing him that, that I get it. This is me being yeah, I love you, and I love baseball, and I love baseball because of you. And it was almost like he was showing his love of me through baseball. So that's kind of me just doing the same thing back. So that's why I feel like this jersey and baseball in general is not just a sport. It's not just a jersey. It's a lot more than that. And baseball means so much more to me than I feel like people know because of my dad. But enough of the sappy stuff, yo. That was just a video blog. I apologize for all the mess behind me. Just fuck it, whatever. This blog wasn't about that. But yeah, I just also hopefully you pick up that regarding sports, if somebody likes baseball, basketball, football, if somebody likes video games, if somebody likes playing the piano, if somebody likes dancing, just know that everybody has a reason, and sometimes those reasons mean a lot to them. So don't really just try to understand why people like things, give them a chance. I love baseball because of my dad and stuff like that, and I love gaming because of other things, and one of those reasons is my dad too. So, just don't judge people based off of what you see initially. Get to know them, learn to love them. That's the moral of the story in life for me in general. So everybody, thanks for watching. This was a long one. I didn't really want it to be long, but it ended up being so. So, peace.